Hey there. Today I've got some exciting news about China's experimental reusable spacecraft. This spacecraft has released an unknown object into orbit during its third mission, sparking great curiosity in the space community. The U.S. Space Force cataloged this object as 59884. The spacecraft launched on December 14, 2023, and has been in orbit for 164 days. The object was observed to be released on May 24th. Jonathan McDowell, from the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, speculated on X, formerly Twitter, that the object might be a sub-satellite or a piece of hardware ejected before the end of the mission. The object might also be used for proximity and capture maneuvers. During its second flight, the spacecraft performed multiple recaptures with a released object as part of on-orbit testing. China has maintained strict secrecy around this mission, with no images or detailed descriptions released. The only official report was a brief launch announcement hours after the event. This spacecraft is seen as China's attempt to develop capabilities similar to the X-37B. Reusable spacecraft represent a significant advancement in space technology, offering the potential for reduced costs and more frequent missions. The spacecraft was launched by a Long March 2F rocket with a payload capacity of just over 8 metric tons to low Earth orbit, suggesting a similarity to the U.S. Air Force's X-37B spaceplane. The first flight in 2020 lasted 2 days. The second in 2022 lasted 276 days, both involving releasing an object while in orbit. The third mission had a 7-month turnaround. The spacecraft performed maneuvers to alter its orbit, initially entering a 333 by 348 kilometer orbit, inclined at 50 degrees, later raising it to 602 by 609 kilometers. This reusable spacecraft may work with a reusable suborbital first stage. A suborbital spacecraft was first tested in 2021, with a second mission in August 2022, using vertical takeoff and horizontal landing. The China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation, CASC, announced plans to develop a fully reusable, two-stage-to-orbit TSTO space transportation system. CASC's project received national-level funding in 2022. Meanwhile, the U.S. Space Force's X-37B spaceplane launched on its 7th mission on December 28, flying on a Falcon Heavy. This secretive and autonomous vehicle began flights in 2010. Stay tuned as we uncover more about these exciting developments. Join us on this fascinating journey into space.